Hey guys, welcome to episode 1 of Erudite Magic, where we bring you intelligence for your magic. If you're watching this, you're probably a beginning magician or someone who wants to get started in the art of magic. We're here to help, so we're glad you tuned in. If you'd like to get more of our content, don't be afraid to click the subscribe or like button below so that you'll be notified anytime we publish new content. In today's episode, I want to talk to you about how you can get started in magic. You ready? For centuries, magicians have relied on an extensive library to teach them how to do magic ever since Reginald Scott published The Discovery of Witchcraft back in the 1600s.
It was 1584, the 16th century, not the 1600s. And magicians have been learning from other languages for centuries. There's only English in the last couple.
Magicians have been learning magic by the written word. And while I would encourage you to find a magician who can show you how to do things, that's always a valuable thing, I think that you're going to need a library. Any magician worth his salt has at least some form of library, and that's what this channel is about. I'd like to show you some books that I think belong on every magician's shelf. These are foundational books, things that you need to learn so that you're ready to impress your friends, entertain the public. The first book, and one of the first ones that I ever started off with, was The Royal Road to Card Magic. So if you want to learn cards, which Hofsons are called, the poetry of conjuring, you're going to want to pick up this book. And this Dover print is very, very inexpensive. I will put links to all the books below so that you'll know where you can get them and how much they should approximately cost you. But the Dover series is going to be a great place for you to start. And this book in particular was one of the first ones that I picked up to teach me how to do card magic. I still do several of the tricks in this book today, and it taught me all of the sleights that you need. The premise of this book, of course, is to walk you through the road to card magic so that by the time you're done walking the road, you're able to do almost anything with a pack of cards. This one is a great beginner's book. I highly recommend it. If you're more interested in maybe coin magic, I would recommend The New Modern Coin Magic by J.B. Bobo. Now, I'm not going to show this one to you because the one that I have is the expanded and revised edition. It's a hardback and it's going to cost you a little bit more money. You can get the Dover paperback version, which I don't own, and it's only missing a few of the final chapters, but it will teach you classic techniques for sleight of hand with coins. And coin magic to me is some of the most visual and impressive magic that you can do. It teaches you a ton of great tricks and again is very, very affordable. If you're into mentalism, I also highly recommend, this is one of my personal favorites, Animan's Practical Mental Effects. Now this isn't put out by Dover, it is a paperback and it should cost you around 10 bucks. It's put out by EZ Magic or D. Robbins Publishing. What you may not know is that Ted Animan was active in the late 1930s, mid to late 1930s, and into the early 1940s. He published a magazine called The Jinx. You may have heard of it. But he was one of the fathers of modern mental magic, or mentalism as it's known. And this book was published posthumously. He died, he committed suicide, sadly, but several of his friends got together and took their favorite effects from the Jinx and published them in this book. Now, back in the day, a lot of card magic was considered to be mentalism, so I would say maybe 50% of the book, that might be a little high, but 50% of the book is going to be card tricks, but all of it are jewels, gems of mentalism. Some of the presentations and props are a little bit dated, but there are many mentalists who have made their living updating some of the effects in this book, and you can do it too. It's a great book to have on your shelf, and I would say that if you're getting confused about how mentalism should be performed, you ought to, well, I'll tell you what, I'll cover that in another video. Once you've gotten, I would say those are the big three. I would definitely have those on your shelf. If you wanted to specialize a little bit more, I would recommend J.G. Thompson's My Best, which I think I picked this copy up for around 15 bucks in softback. The problem is that if you already have Animan's Practical Mental Effects, there is some overlap with this book. A lot of Animan's effects were also published in this. However, this includes a lot more general magic that is not necessarily specifically mentalism. But he has little biographies in the back of all the contributors, because My Best refers to the best tricks from all of his contributors out there. So a very fun read. It's got balls, cards, coins. It's more of a general magic type book as opposed to a specific magic book like either the Royal Road to Card Magic or Bobo's Modern Coin Magic or Practical Mental Effects. So I recommend this one. And of course, if you'd like to get further into card magic, the Encyclopedia of Card Tricks, I have it here in a hardback. It's available as a softback and is Jean Hugard's treatise on card magic. And there is so much card magic in this book. You could spend a lifetime looking through this. Again, this is put out by Easy Magic or D. Robbins Publishing and can be picked up for, like I said, around 15 bucks. This will teach you all kinds of card magic. So once you've mastered the basics in the Royal Road, this is probably your next stop, because this will teach you a ton of great tricks and other types of methods besides sleight of hand to deploy for doing great card magic. I hope this has been helpful to you. And like I said, I think that any magician that wants to be a good magician needs to have a library, and this is a great place to start. We'll cover more books in the future so that you can expand your library and have an excellent resource at your fingertips, so that when you want to learn something new, you can find out how those who've gone before you have thought about it. Until then, keep reading.